one.
Yeah.
And this could be quite a tasty semi-final as we see the lineup now. Kenneth Pierre goes off the inside in red. Nicky Pedersen is off gate 2 in blue on 8 points. Chris Holder has had a great night here. He's off gate 3 in white. And Andreas Jonsson, who looked out of it with 3 points from 3 rides, he's off the outside in yellow.
And got a good chance, because from the evidence of Thomas Gobler in the first semi-final, he was able to really generate a lot of speed around the first corner on the outside. And although Jonsson took a long, long time to choose that gate, he may well have just chosen right. He would have been very interested to have seen what Gobler was able to do from there. Wouldn't surprise me if he does something very, very similar here.
Second semi-final it is then. Who will join Thomas Golub and Greg Hancock in the final here in Gothenburg, the Swedish Grand Prix? The bikes roar. Who's going to make it into that first turn? It's a good one for Pierre in red. Chris Holder is going wide in the white helmet, but look at Nicky Pedersen. Pedersen is going to close the door. And coming through is Jonsson. Oh, the gap was there. And Andreas Jonsson said thank you very much. The Swedish fans are on their feet here. Now Jonsson is going to have to take Pedersen wide. The lead is with Pierre. Jonsson, who managed 3 points from 3 rides, is on the verge of a place in the final.
Fabulous first turn from Andreas Jonsson. He missed the start from the outside. It was Holder that got beaten up in the first turn, and that allowed Jonsson into second place. Jonsson then had to slam the door shut on Nicky Pedersen, who's back in third. But Kenneth Pierre riding a stormer out in front. He's set for the final, and the Swedes are delighted, looking like they could get a finalist.
Well, he's been in a final 3 times before, Kenneth Pierre. It's his 19th Grand Prix here this evening, and he's pulling well clear. Chris Holder having a go at Nicky Pedersen for that 3rd place.
Oh, Pedersen's down. Mistake from the former world champion. He bites the dust. Kenneth Pierre's out in front. He's through to the final.
Well, that extra point for Chris Holder is a consolation for him. But Kenneth Pierre is the man who takes the checkered flag. He's on 14 points now. Kenneth Pierre, and what about Andreas Jonsson? The Swedish fans can't believe it.
No, nor can I, because after 2 last places in the mid part of the meeting, he looked like he was dead and buried. He wasn't very good away from the tapes in the semi-final. He took full advantage of mistakes by riders in front of him and turned back up the inside, the classic Speedway move, and fired himself into second place. He goes through with Kenneth Pierre. Super stuff.
Pierre the winner with Jonsson second. Holder ends his night on 11 points. It's a good effort in his debut Grand Prix year.
He wanted to be in the final, though. You can see it.
Yeah.
He wanted to. But look at that. Terrific stuff. And Holder, although he's had the disappointment of missing out on the final, he still had a good points return.
Yep, Chris Holder on 11, and that man, Andreas Jonsson, really just can't believe it's been an extraordinary night for him. And Nicky Pedersen's night ends in major disappointment.
I tell you what, Nicky Pedersen's showing plenty of guts and determination, but I don't think he's fast enough. Just not getting the bike set up to put the power on the ground. And here we see it again. Look at that. That was a tough first corner. Holder just getting forced wide. Late on in the race, Holder's able to get up the inside as Nicky Pedersen slips off. But the Jonsson, the story was about Jonsson in the first part of the race. Brilliant first turn from the Swede to get himself into second place and into the final. But Pierre, what a night he's having. It's the first time he makes the final here in Gothenburg. Could it go all the way?
Yep, 14 points for Pierre. AJ